We've all learned the folly of making political predictions over recent years, but as we go to the ballot box today, one of the few things which seems clear in this general election is that the SNP will dominate the vote in Scotland. If pollsters are to be believed, the party looks set to win 41 seats, up 6. As a result, independence, which has been a rumbling constant in the national debate since 2014, will come roaring back into Scottish life. All minds will be focused on the prospect of a second independence referendum. Scotland will become the political crucible in which the UK's future is forged. As this new chapter looms, we need to learn lessons from the election which is just ending. The campaign has raised many questions which need answered before Scotland can deal sensibly with the issue of its constitutional future. Most of these questions must be answered by the SNP and the broader Yes movement, as the matter in hand is independence. However, unionists have plenty of issues they must deal with too, as does the media. Let's deal with the media first. I'm a journalist, so I should address the problems in my own house before looking at others. The media has failed the people at this election, or rather I should say, the BBC and the right-wing London press has failed. The right-wing press is what it is and what it has always been, and that will not change. Its hysterical, partisan ferocity is a continual unhealing wound which tarnishes the industry and the great number of hard-working, decent journalists in Britain, and the publications they work for, which are striving to tell the truth and do a public service. Just look at the way the story of the little boy lying on a hospital floor was treated. The Yorkshire Evening Post broke the story, the Mirror picked it up and ran with it, and then right-wing journalists, like the Daily Telegraph's Alison Pearson, peddled fake news that the image was staged. When you hear someone say never trust journalists, we all know what papers they're talking about. The BBC has trashed its reputation throughout this election. When senior reporters like Laura Quainsborough tweet out fake claims saying Labour supporters assaulted a Native Health Secretary Matt Hancock, they're destroying journalism. It's simply disinformation. A student journalist knows that you mustn't disseminate information without checking and confirming. Perhaps, the biggest election row was Boris Johnson refusing to be interviewed by Andrew Neil. However, many felt more than a little uncomfortable about the fact that even if the interview happened, it would see the current boss of The Spectator, Neil, interviewing the former editor of The Spectator, Johnson. The media clearly favoured the status quo at the last independence referendum. Journalism must do better as Scotland enters this new phase. For more on this story, visit the news article link.